Okay. This has been a frustrating last couple of days. Yeah, this my Maryland hat. Frustrating last few days. I'm so annoyed about this whole Janet Jackson mess. Now, I don't know what's going on in Janet Demita Joe Jackson's life that she needs to take this. I guess they all taking their cues from Trump, where they getting several days worth of free publicity, by saying just anything and getting in the news cycle. I think they're taking their cues from him because she's obviously gone down some QAnon rabbit hole talking about where's the interview? I'm gonna find the interview where she said, because the way she tried to put it was sort of coy and like she's asking a question. So they're talking about politics, and she's looking at this lady who's an Indian interviewer, and she says, so that she says she wonders where Janet stands on the forthcoming election. After all, I say America could be on the verge of voting in its first black female president, Kamala Harris. And then Janet Jackson says, well, you know what they supposedly said? She asked me. She's not black. That's what I heard, that she's Indian. The author says she looks at me expectantly, perhaps assuming that I have Indian heritage. And I say, well, she's both, I offer. Then Janet jumps in. Her father's white. That's what I was told. I mean, I haven't watched the news in a few days, she coughs. I was told that they discovered her father was white. So the author says, I'm floored at this point. It's well known that Harris's father is a Jamaican economist, a Stanford professor who split from her Indian mother when she was 5. My mother understood very well that she was raising 2 black daughters, Harris wrote in her book, The Truths We Hold. Now, I actually read The Truths We Hold, and she said that her mother told her, you guys are going to be black women, so let me prepare you for that world. Let me prepare you for a life as 2 black women. Just like Halle Berry's white mother told her, you're going to be a black woman. Society sees you as a black woman. And a lot of other biracial kids have been told that by their mother, how society is going to view you. So lean all into it. And if Janet, who's hearing all this stuff, because she's like, I heard, you don't have to hear anything. We have a lot of technology today that allows you to learn on your own. You don't want to hear stuff. Parents tell their kids all the time, don't hear about the birds and the bees, learn about the birds and the bees. Other kids will tell you pregnancy is a stomach mumps. So your parents tell you go do your own research or come to us, talk to us. So if anybody's unclear about anything as it relates to Kamala Harris, call our office. Janet Jackson, you the Janet Jackson. You can actually call the VP. She'd invite you to her house. She invited D.L. Hughley to her house. She'd have you over and y'all could discuss one-on-one. You don't have to wonder. You don't have to think about any conspiracy. She'll tell you out of her own mouth. Or you could buy her book, The Truths We Hold. I've read it. A lot of these people talking don't read anything. Janet Jackson has the best of everything at her disposal. I know she got the iPhone 16 that just came out 2 weeks ago. She is the Janet Jackson. By the time she was 5, her whole family was millionaires. She's gone to the best schools in Encino, California, the best education. So why would you wait until they said this woman was born in 1966. Why would you wait till you're 58 years old to need to be told something else by strangers? So now it makes me not believe her. I don't believe that anybody else told her this and she's just running with it. Her whole family has been the victims of disinformation and misinformation. She said Tittygate wasn't what it's saying when her whole titty flew out during that Super Bowl halftime show and the titty had decorations on it. Now, she said it wasn't what some people thought it was. So she doesn't want you running with misinformation and disinformation. They call her brother Michael everything but a child of God, called him Wacko Jacko on the National Enquirer. Her whole family has been victim of this, and so has she. So why would she want to perpetuate that? And didn't Tito just pass away? Why she ain't somewhere consoling 3T? Instead, you out here being messy. So now the question is why? Because she knows better. She knows better. So the question becomes why. So I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today, and this is just my theory. I think it comes down to pettiness. I think it comes down to aging and pettiness. I think that what happened was Kamala Harris has been very vocal about her love and support of Beyonce. Beyonce donated the Freedom Song, and it's just been Beyonce love. I think this is some type of Beyonce jealousy. You know, I'm no longer young and hot. Beyonce's the it girl and has been the it girl for a while. Everything Beyonce touches turns to gold. Beyonce goes viral every time she scratches her right nostril. And Beyonce is heavily into this campaign. Beyonce is Beyonce's always been conscious and for the culture. So it's real funny how Janet, who's never been for the culture, has so much to say about Kamala Harris's heritage. Beyonce and Jay-Z donate money to African-American causes. They're on the front lines of a lot of stuff. They're very conscious. I've never heard of Janet Jackson donating $3 to anything Black. Everybody she's married has not been Black. Her child is with a white Muslim man, or what, not a non-Black Muslim man. But you want to put her heritage out there in the front? I don't understand. When has it ever been beneficial to be Black? When has that ever been a good thing? Statistics show that if you have a Black sounding name on your resume, you won't even get the job interview. When in the history has it ever been beneficial to be Black? They have whole terms called passing for white because it's beneficial to be white. You ain't never heard nobody passing for Black except Rachel Dolezal. One woman in 4 million years. So I'm trying to figure out, when has it ever been so beneficial to be Black? And we all know the one drop rule. You think between her Jamaican father and her Indian mother, there's not a drop of Black blood in there. They made the one drop rule. So now all of a sudden that rule doesn't apply to Kamala Harris. She's been Black all the way up to the vice president position. But when it comes to the highest rung in the land, now she, all of a sudden everybody's saying she ain't Black. Why y'all ain't say she wasn't Black when she was the vice president? And it kills me the amount of Black people rocking with this. It just, it's sad. It's sad. The amount of African Americans and Black people, Jamaicans, all kinds of other cultures, Dominicans, anybody with some Black blood in them should not be rocking with this falsehood. Tell them to prove it to you. If she's not Black, prove it. The reason why they don't want this Black woman who graduated from an HBCU and is a member of AKA sorority, all of a sudden, the reason why they don't want her to be Black is because they don't want Black women to have the kind of esteem they're going to have when she takes this job. They don't want Black women to know that there really is nothing you can't do. There really is nothing you can't accomplish and can achieve. If she had been a Black woman with 34 felonies like Donald Trump, 5 kids by 3 different men like Donald Trump, a sexual assaulter, an adjudicated sexual assaulter like Donald Trump, they'd have called her Black then. But because she will be the most qualified president in the history of the presidency, now all of a sudden she can't possibly be Black. Y'all should be offended. Yes, she's Black. Black and Indian. Biracial people have always existed, but now it's in the news. And Janet Jackson, who's never been for the culture, I don't know a charity Janet Jackson is given to for Black people. I know the ones Beyonce and Jay-Z have. And so, yeah, y'all got to think about who's pushing this stuff. It's these rich people who want Trump in office so they can pay less taxes. That's it, period, point blank. And you and Janet Jackson are not the same. Your bank account, her bank account don't look nothing alike. So sitting up here cheering her lunacy is not going to get you anywhere else. Because if you think voting for Donald Trump is the answer, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. No candidate is going to be perfect. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing about this DEI stuff and don't vote for her because she's a woman, or don't vote for her because she's Black, or don't vote for her. We done have 46 white men get elected for being white and men. Or was that 45 in Obama? Even if you add Obama, we done have 46 men get elected for being men. And nobody told Obama he wasn't black, and he got a whole white mama. So I'm trying to make it make sense. But Janet Jackson and people like that, they need to feel the full weight of what they're trying to do. Unfollow them if you're following them. They will see them numbers drop. Unfollow them, because that's what they living for, clicks and follows. Y'all sat up there and took Chrisette Michelle's life from her for 3 years. Chrisette Michelle ain't eat, shows empty and everything, and all she did was sing for the man. She didn't try to derail anybody's presidency by pretending to be coy. Well, I heard, and what did you hear? And they said, and you too old for that. These people doing stuff that they would spank their 5-year-old son for doing. So just stop it. All this, I'm going to put this in somebody else's mouth. Well, you said it. And when they said some manager tried to do some cleanup for you, you fired him. But a lot of us have decided we're not going to no more of your shows anyway. I'm sorry. I just got to tell you, we're not putting another nickel in your pocket. We've unfollowed you, because we don't reward bad behavior. So I don't know. Maybe QAnon would pick up them tickets. Because you know full well what you're doing. And the fact that you made that man, you done fired that man for saying something sane, that means you full-throatedly did this on purpose. And that's what I was telling people. I said, if you don't hear Janet make a video saying, I'm so sorry for what I said, I got it wrong, then then she believes what she's saying. Because she'll put a video up about her next concert. And that's another thing this is probably all about. She's probably promoting something coming up, trying to keep her name in the news and keep her stuff in the forefront for free, where Beyonce don't have to do gimmicks for stuff like that. And I can't wait. Taylor Swift and already endorsed her. I can't wait for Beyonce to endorse her. Beyonce is current, relevant, and for the culture. Y'all just remember that. Pay attention. Pay attention to stuff like this. And hashtag never forget.